Rod.
Hello, Sam. Is my father in there?
Yes. Rod, is something wrong?
Rod?
I want you to tell me something.
What is it, son? Sit down.
Did you know Stephen Cord and Ann Howard were brother and sister?
What?
Why didn't you tell me?
Now, wait a minute. Slow down.
There is something going on in that house. I want to know what it is. I want you to tell me what it is.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Ann Howard and Stephen Cord are brother and sister.
How do you know that?
Oh, come on. For once, give me a straight answer, will you?
I don't know what you're talking about. Is that straight enough?
What does my mother have to do with it?
Your mother?
Her portrait, the one that grandfather won't let out of his sight. Well, somebody took a knife to it and cut it to pieces.
Sit down, son. Tell me what happened.
And I overheard Mrs. Cord and grandfather talking. They were arguing about Ann Howard, about the fact that she is Stephen's sister. I then went down into the basement and found Mother's portrait hidden there.
Did you hear anything else? Well, did you hear anything else?
Yeah.
Now, wait a minute, Rod.
Forget it.
Is there something I've got to know?
I always do it.
Do what?
Hand you the ball. You take it. You throw me a curve.
Now, wait a minute. What do you think I'm going to do?
I think you've found something to use against grandfather.
I don't know what I found.
Well, whatever it is. If it's dirty, you'll use it.
When are you going to stop looking under rocks as far as I'm concerned?
When I stop finding things there.
We're a family, Rod. You may be living with your grandfather, but you're still my son.
You know, that's an old line. I came here looking for answers. And all you've done is try and refuel that private war you're having with grandfather.
You're right. It is a war. A war that destroyed your mother and our marriage. A war that could destroy you and Norman. And I'll use whatever I can to stop your grandfather.
What do you expect to get out of it?
Whatever I can, Rod. That's part of the war, too.
That's your war, not mine. I'm not going to end up one of your casualties.
Then stay out of the line of fire.
Thanks for the fatherly advice.
Mr. Anderson expects me to report to him. I'll tell him I spoke to you, and you were hopeful of working things out. You understand?
Yes, I do understand. I'll be in touch with you.
Goodbye.
Bye. I just had a call from the hospital, Les. They say that George is getting better. Well, say something.
What can I say?
They say he's going to need all the help he can get. From me. It's not well yet. It's just the beginning. But the doctors don't promise anything unless I give him my help.
Then I think you should give it to him.
After you found that lawyer and we know I can get a divorce now, that just isn't fair, Les. I mean, all of our dreams and plans, what are they, just months of dreams?
Julie, I just found out something.
Les, don't you realize what this can mean to us?
I've lost my son. He's been brainwashed. It seems that everything I do is wrong and everything Martin Peyton does is right. Rodney told me he's held a secret all these years. Yet somehow, Rod's turned against me. Seems the old man's won.
Why does it always have to be a battle unless a winner and a loser?
I'm sorry, Julie.
You're sorry.
Look, take a week or two. Go see George. He's been on the verge of recovery before. How do we know he's going to be well this time?
He needs me. You don't.
I do.
Not nearly as much. Don't you see, I'm part of George's life. I am his life. He needs me to be whole again, or to even try to be. Unless you need me like you need your sons, to carry your sword into battle, to bind your wounds.
You're wrong, Julie.
It isn't enough. Just isn't enough.
Julie.
I'll try to find another secretary for you before I leave.
I'm sure I've forgotten something.
You forgot to kiss me?
I'm not leaving yet.
How long do you think you'll be gone?
As long as it takes to fly to Maine, see Ann's father, and fly back.
I hope it won't be long-winded.
I'll tell him I have someone waiting. I'll get it. Well, Ann, come in. What is it?
Oh, sorry to barge in like this. Stephen, can I talk to you for a minute? Oh, I'll get some coffee.
I'm all packed. I've been waiting for your call.
Stephen, I don't know where my father is.
What?
I called the rest home. He's gone. He's been gone for over a week now.
Well, did he tell them where he was going?
He told them that he was coming here to see me. But don't you see, that's a lie. He had no intention of coming here.
How could they let a sick man just walk out?
He hated that place. And he can talk anyone out of anything. I wasn't there to make him stay. Stephen, I am worried.
No jumping to conclusions.
Well, what do I do? Would anyone like some coffee? Well, I've got to go. I shouldn't have bothered you. No, it's no bother.
You sure you don't want to stay for a minute? All right, now try not to worry. I will find him. Okay? I'll have that coffee. Her father's disappeared. I guess I can unpack.
Stephen, do you believe her?
Well, if she said her father is missing, why wouldn't I?
No, I don't mean her father.
You mean her whole story? Well, I had my doubts at first, but I believe her now. Completely.
Oh, why? Because she has an honest face? Because she's warm and friendly?
She was right to dig this thing up. I was there, Betty, on the bluff. I yelled my head off. I accused her of pushing Chris Webber.
Well, so did the others.
But I yelled, and I didn't see her do a thing. Yes, I believe her.
Stephen, Ann Howard came to this town a few weeks ago, and suddenly this whole place is a battlefield. People are at each other's throats. She's touched people. She's moved them. You know that. I mean, look at the way your mother's been acting. Stephen, you wouldn't be the first attorney to find out that his client wasn't telling the truth.
All right. Say that Ann is 100% liar. Now, I'd still have to go along with her, wouldn't I? Until I found out more, until I found out what she was lying about and why. Well?
I guess what I'm trying to say is, be careful.
Preview from the continuing story of Peyton Place.
always be looking for the same things as long as Martin Peyton's alive.
I'm not so sure I buy that.
You don't have to. It's a fact.
I have to talk to Stephen. There's something I have to tell him now.
I forbid it, Hannah.
What's that supposed to mean?
I might have the same grease under my fingernails, but I'm not Joe Chernak.